Hello and thanks for joining us. Coming up on Encore's weekly music show. Rejection Records Sia's new album is full of songs turned down by the likes of Adele, Beyonce and Rihanna. So how does it sound? After a tumultuous few years, Bloc Party revealed their new album. And France 24 sit down with Mumford Sons before they embark on their world tour. For all that, I'm joined in the studio by music critic Richelle Harrison Plesse. Hello, Richelle.
Hi, Eve.
How are you doing? Well, let's kick off with a new release. The big one this week is Sia's latest record.
That's right. This Is Acting is the Australian singer-songwriter's much anticipated seventh studio album, packed full of songs that she'd actually written for other artists such as Adele, Beyonce and Rihanna, songs that they, or their record companies rather, turned down. So she's reclaimed the rejected material and she's made it her own. Her trademark raspy vocals are now on the album's opening tracks, Bird Set Free and Alive, which were both pitched for Adele's record-breaking album 25. Also of note is the party track Cheap Thrills, which really is an obvious bid for a Rihanna vocal.
So does it sound like a reject pile?
Not exactly. You know, Sia, she's a real hit-making machine. She's written songs such as David Guetta's Titanium and Diamonds for Rihanna, among many others. But even Sia's magic touch can't save some of the tracks on this album, which I must admit do sound a little bit like throwaway demos. This Is Acting comes 2 years after her huge breakout solo single Chandelier, although I doubt that there's a single catchy enough to really sort of reach those heights again. That said, there are some fantastic tracks, namely Reaper, which was co-written and co-produced by Kanye West, and the latest single, Punchy Unstoppable. The album's high point, though, for me, is the soaring 1 Million Bullets. It's the only song that she wrote with herself in mind. The lead single, however, is Alive. It was co-written by Adele and actually rejected by both the British diva and Bajan superstar
That
Rihanna.
sounds like a bad sign to me.
Well, you know, not one but two rejections. You know, let's take a listen anyway. This is Alive by Sia.
I'm not sure about that one, I'm afraid. It's a little bit repetitive. At least you can learn the lyrics.
Yeah, for me, it's classic Sia. You know, it's more of, it's really what we'd expect from her. But I'd be interested to hear how Adele would have made it her own, her version. Would she have really interpreted it, or would she have sort of done a carbon copy of the demo, which is what actually Rihanna did with Diamonds? For me, that's the difference between a singer and an entertainer.
Our reporter, our producer, Emily, actually said she's getting bored of her videos because it's always the same thing, a dancer.
It is, with the wig and it is getting a little old, but, you know, props to Sia if she can sort of, she's sticking to her
winning formula.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's move on to the British indie band Bloc Party. They're back with Hymns, and it's the first album since revealing a new lineup.
Yeah, it's been a tumultuous few years, actually, for Bloc Party. Former members Matt Tong and Gordon Mokes parted ways with the group in 2013 and 2015, respectively. Now, in between taking breaks and working on solo projects, Bloc Party now has a new rhythm section with fresh faces Justin Harris on bass and Louise Bartle on drums. The band's latest record, Hymns, marks a new sonic direction. That's according to Bloc Party frontman Kelly, who recently sat down with France 24. So let's hear what he had to say.
it's still us, but I think it's us in a way that we haven't been before. I think you'll be able to recognise, you know, my voice and certain tropes of our style, but it's us in a different way.
In true Bloc Party style, the record sees the group dabbling with a range of musical genres, from synth pop to post-punk to blues rock even. So let's get a taste of one of those tracks off the album. This is the lead single, The Love Within.
The Love Within. Are you a fan of that?
Yeah, actually, I do like it, and I am fascinated by Bloc Party because they really do experiment with a range of eclectic styles, and I think that it works for them.
Even this video, I couldn't stop watching it, wondering what on earth was going on. Okay. In other music news, British folk rockers Mumford Sons are about to embark on a massive world tour.
That's right. Now, they're hitting the road for a 5-month world tour, which kicks off in Cape Town, South Africa this week. And actually, their 6 South African gigs are already sold out. A string of dates will take them through South America, across the US, before heading to Europe, wrapping up the tour in London in July. They'll be coming through Paris in May, appearing at the Zénith. That's a much larger venue than the iconic music hall Olympia, which is where they played last year. France 24 caught up with Mumford Sons the last time they were in the French capital. We met band members Ben Lovett and Ted Dwayne. It debuted at #1 in both the US and the UK, topping the charts in several countries across the globe. But Wilder Mind, Mumford & Sons' third studio album, was a departure from the band's signature folk sound. Gone is the acoustic instrumentation, namely the banjo, which had become synonymous with the group's musical style.
This is why we get a little bit confused when people ask us, a lot about how different Wilder Mind is, because to us it's like, the ingredients are the same. It's the 4 same people essentially playing the same instruments, and we'd love to harmonise together and sing, and that's a big part of our music. And so yeah, from our perspective, it's a gradual sort of evolution rather than some sort of mad reinvention.
I think we wanted to fairly represent ourselves today, and that's quite a hard thing to do, is to clean out the closet and have a think about who we are, because these records live forever.
After working with producer Marcus Dravs for their first 2 albums, the band enlisted the National's Aaron Dessner.
In the moment, we were just making some music with a friend, which is cool, and especially for us, having always kind of known that we're all huge fans of the National. That was we were kind of giddy. And we were counting ourselves very lucky to be able to hang out with them and do that. This is all I ever was, and this is all you came across those years ago.
Wilder Mind spawned the singles Believe, The Wolf, Ditmas, and the latest effort, Tompkins Square Park. While Mumford & Sons' world tour kicks off this week, French fans will have to wait until May to see them grace the Paris stage.
No flame burns forever.
Well, as you said there, their new album is called Wilder Minds. I think I'm going to have to give it a few more listens, though, because I was quite attached to their old acoustic
the old
sound.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
I like the old. Okay, well, we have just enough time now to check out something completely different. It's one more new release from the French rapper Loofah.
Loofah, that's right, a.k.a. Karim Fall, that's his real name. Got his start with the French rap collective Section d'Assaut, which he co-founded, actually, and which is very popular here in France. He's now the 4th member of the group to carve out a solo career, following in the footsteps of bandmates Black M and Maitre Gims. both of whom had success when they branched out on their own. Actually, Maître Gims, as you know, is in the running for a Victoire de la Musique award this year.
I think he's one of the best-selling artists in France.
Yeah, it's the
isn't it?
French equivalent of a Grammy. You know, how he ended up in that category, I don't know, no comment. But let's stick to Loofah. His debut solo disc, Monsieur Fall, features a whopping 18 tracks, and I have to say it's a solid effort. There's melody, there's real flow. It's not in your face, aggressive. Some of the tracks, though, can be a little bit syrupy, such as the fourth single, 20 ans. But for me, when he's not working that pop angle, Monsieur Fall, is not as irritating as what we usually hear from French rappers.
Oh, okay, irritating. That's a strong word to end with.
Well, you know, I got to keep it real.
Okay. Well, thank you, Richelle. We're going to let you judge for yourselves anyway. We're going to leave you with a clip of Loofah's single MasterChef. Remember our website. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this.
J'écris mes textes en 2, 4, 6, 100 personnes n'en sent que l'on m'insiste 100%, oui 100% artiste qui imprime à peau de la massiste. Branche tes enceintes quand je déclenche 5 demandes aux anciens si je suis nouveau dans mon enceinte. Paris Saint, j'ai ma licence. Vas-y move, molar dans ton visage, niggas. Pour me rattraper faut un visa, niggas. Lever le pied, je l'envisage, niggas. La solitude au sommet, je vis ça, niggas. Branche tes enceintes. Et pull up, tu vas me dire le fa tape-moi 5.